Real with KK, where I just go live on the fly. So, welcome. It's Monday, and I think it's really important to talk about being motivated on Monday, to setting the tone on Monday for your whole week. And so, here I just wanted to jump on. Also, I've been sharing a lot on some other platforms. Look at that. This is cool, you guys. Like, cyborg. No. I'm doing a transformation. I just was really sick and tired of kind of the way I felt and the lack of energy and just what I was putting in my body. So when did I start this? I'm on the 4th week. So this after this week, it will be 1 month that I've been really plugging into changing things, switching it up, feeling better. I think when we start these bad patterns, maybe it's like, oh, I'm going to eat ice cream every single night after dinner, or eating really late at night, or, not working out at all. Or maybe it's like drinking a little bit every night. I've been there. I've done all of that. I really have. And so what I've noticed through, I would say, I started getting sort of like healthy in 2013, but I was bouncing back and forth like a yo-yo with drinking alcohol. I am an addict in recovery for 9 years now. So it took me, I drank for like 35 years. I was just, a functional drunk. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't drink, although I believe in my heart that there's just so many blessings that come with just removing alcohol from your life. And there's also so many alternatives to, like, feel good. And so when you break down all the layers of like crap that you have on you, or like the limiting beliefs or the false belief system or programming that is embedded in you, once you start to break free of the bonds, the chains of like the way you think, or limit yourself in your capability, I just want to tell you, first of all, like, you are an amazing, amazing being, and you are so much more powerful and unstoppable than you could ever imagine. And so the more that you look at the things that, seem to be causing like that uncomfortable feeling within you, then you can work through it and start to like rewire your brain. So we can basically rewire our thinking and change our thinking. And also, I'm just looking at my picture on my wall, like, positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. Pretty much that's it. Now, of course, this is life. We're human, ups and downs, and things come like, whoo, like we don't even know what happened. But that's the more that we work in ourselves and build strength. Sorry, I'm not in a great place. I'm like on my toes right here to get in, see you. So the more that we work on ourselves, the more freedom we have, the more confidence we have, and the more power that we have, and the more love that we have for ourselves. And then, when we work on that love for ourselves, then we can really actually share that love with other people. And that's the thing is, I'll be honest, until I really did the work on myself and I started as a Beachbody coach. So I was doing fitness, I was helping people, coaching, but like I was a hypocrite because I was still drinking, and I was fighting that. I wanted to have more in life, and I didn't want to drink anymore, but it just was a very challenging thing for me to get through. and break through patterns of like relationships that were um, holding me back, or, not building me up. And so when you work on yourself, you also start to create the relationships with people that will lift you up and support you. And I think like right now, times are a little challenging. If you're plugging into the news, that's just so negative, and everything is energy, so it's all connected. And so the less that you feed into that energy, the better. I get it, it's everywhere, but you can choose, like in your feeds, honestly, like lately, I've been making some moves just to protect my own energy. Bye. And because, we're all different, and we see the world through different lenses. We were raised differently, we've been through different things, so we're not gonna see things exactly the same way. We're also on different levels, of where we're at in life and what we've been through, and the growth, the change, the experiences. I personally have struggled a lot in my life. And the hard part is to work through it and to overcome the obstacles, that you've created for yourself, or you happen to be a part of. We learn our conditioning by the age of 7. So, our domestication within our house, or however, wherever we were, whoever raised us, that's kind of, embedded in our system, our DNA. And like, we can change that once we become more aware as we're growing older, and we can change that. We can consciously change and make change. And that's the beauty of like doing a transformation, plugging into you on a Monday. So I used to call it, let me think if I can remember. I used to call my Mondays motivational, meatless, manifest Mondays. And that's really, I guess I haven't used that in a while. So a little story is that when I got sober this time around, I did this whole transformation, like 90-day transformation. I became a transformation coach. That really, really 100% changed my life. And I learned a new way of living. And so, then as like, let's see, 3 years into that, and I was on a groove, I was improving, I was coaching, I was staying in that, I was staying in the level of that lifestyle. And then I chose to be in a toxic relationship that I didn't know was toxic, that I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. And then the world shut down, where like that was my person. And so I was basically just becoming like entangled in this web with a very toxic person. And it just started chipping away, breaking down me. And I didn't even realize it. And I really lost a lot of the progress that I had made. And so why I'm sharing this is because, a lot of times we stay in relationships that are really unhealthy for us. And, we think that, we have to rely on somebody. Oh, I just found the backing of my earring. I'm here, sorry. I can't pick it up. Here it is. Okay. We think that we have to rely on somebody else. And I'm here to tell you that the universe supports you as long as you have the faith and you believe that, you can get through whatever situation it is. You will be supported. The right things will happen. You will always be supported. And so what I, can share is I stayed in that particular situation for way too long. It was I don't even know how to explain it. Because that type of situation, you just ugh, it's narcissistic. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, but that involves so many things that will just F you up. So we will save that one for a particular video on that topic. But so the motivation, the drive to want more. So, I mean, the other thing is, I think finally people in my life understand that I am not wired. I am not wired for a 9 to 5 job to like do that thing that most people are doing. It turns me into like, I want to, start drinking. I'm depressed. It really just like spirals me down into a bad place. And I know that, I can't go down that path or that hole because of the struggles I had with addiction, So even recently, I took a position, and that was like really, it was stressing me out. And I always say, like, if there's any job where I walk out and I'm like, oh, I could use a drink, then that job, it's got to go. My sobriety is more important than anything. So your sobriety really, 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 truly is number one. Protect your sobriety at all costs. A drink, it's not worth it. Can you have one drink? Probably not if you think you have a drinking problem or you've looked into how to quit drinking alcohol. So any of those things are signs that, it's one sip equals, you could be like rip roaring for years after that, or death, or, you could harm somebody else. So, I personally believe that alcohol is poison, and the fun that is had from it is fun that you won't remember. When you're sober, you remember things. So most of my past life, like, I don't really remember. People tell me things and I'm like, oh, and then sometimes I remember a little bit and it comes back, but most of the time it doesn't come back. So I basically like lived in a blackout. That's no way to live. We don't have to live that way. Trust me. So I just wanted to jump on here and kind of tell you guys what I'm up to and what's happening. So what's happening? I have a company that I'm starting this. Well, I started a while ago. It's called Psychedelic Daisy, and I'm going to start building like a fun summer launch, and I'm excited for it. It is definitely going to be like retail, but it's also going to just be like vibey and positive and just uplifting, full of love, unity, equality, oneness, peace, love, like a total hippie vibe. Like that. Stay groovy. All right, you guys, well, stay groovy. Thank you for being here, and give me ideas if you want me to do any particular video on a certain topic. Let me know. So I'm all about energy activation, boosting your energy, cold water therapy, exercise, yoga, dance, meditation, outdoors, walking, running, and just vibing out, vibing out to energy, because everything is energy. And when you tap into the things that are going to skyrocket you, you're going to have so much more motivation. Your life's going to be better. And you're not going to believe like the things that you can do once you really tap into like energy activation within you. So let me know if you are interested in any particular topics. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Send you lots of love. Peace. Bye.